Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone is an American actor, screenwriter, and director who was perhaps best known for creating and starring in the Rocky and Rambo film series, which made him an icon in the action genre. But let's start from his childhood and go all the way to this day. Remember to subscribe to get more interesting celebrity content every week.
Sylvester Stallone was born in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood of Manhattan, New York City on July 6, 1946, the elder son of Francesco Frank Stallone Sr., a hairdresser and beautician, and Jacqueline Jackie Stallone, an astrologer, dancer, and promoter of women's wrestling. His younger brother is actor and musician Frank Stallone. Many biographies of Stallone indicate that his birth name is Michael Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone. However, Stallone's mother explained in an interview that she originally named him Tyrone because she admired the actor Tyrone Power, but Stallone's father changed it to Sylvester. Complications during labor forced his mother's obstetricians to use 2 pairs of forceps during his birth. Misuse of these forceps accidentally severed a nerve and caused paralysis in parts of Stallone's face. This caused paralysis of the lower left side of his face, an accident which gave him his signature snarling look and slurred speech. As a result, he was bullied as a child and so he coped with bodybuilding and acting. He was baptized Catholic. His father moved the family to Washington, D.C., in the early 1950s to open a beauty school. In 1954, his mother opened a women's gym called Barbella's. In 1970 he made his screen debut starring in an adult film, The Party at Kitty and Studs. He subsequently began appearing in more mainstream fare, with uncredited roles in such movies as Woody Allen's Bananas and Clue, both in 1971. During that time Stallone moved to Hollywood, and his first role of note was in The Lords of Flatbush in 1974, a dramedy about Brooklyn teenagers in the 1950s. Although more film and television work followed, Stallone struggled to break through. A match between Muhammad Ali and a relatively obscure boxer named Chuck Wepner inspired Stallone to pen the script for Rocky. Although producers originally wanted someone well-known to play the title character, Stallone refused to sell the story unless he could star as the underdog boxer Rocky Balboa. A critical and commercial success, the film was the highest-grossing movie of 1976. In addition, Stallone earned Academy Award nominations for his acting and screenplay, and the film won Best Picture honors. Between the Rocky sequels, Stallone appeared in several forgettable action thrillers. In 1982, however, he starred as ex-Green Beret John Rambo in First Blood, which launched another highly successful series. He co-wrote the first film as well as the subsequent installments, Rambo, First Blood Part 2 in 1985, Rambo 3 in 1988, Rambo in 2008, and Rambo, Last Blood in 2019, all of which featured physical prowess, dazzling special effects, and constant action. Stallone continued that formula in such thrillers as Demolition Man and Cliffhanger in 1993, which he also co-wrote. Although most of those films had only limited success at the box office in the United States, Stallone's ability to attract audiences overseas proved enormous. In 2010 he co-wrote, directed, and starred in The Expendables, a thriller about a team of mercenaries. Popular with moviegoers, it was followed by 2 sequels in 2012 and 2014. Stallone occasionally ventured from the action genre, with mixed results. He starred in the comedies Oscar in 1991 and Stop! Or My Mom Will Shoot in 1992, both of which had modest success. In a comedic take on boxing, Stallone starred opposite Robert De Niro in Grudge Match in 2013, about aging rivals who stage a rematch. In the TV series Tulsa King in 2022, Stallone played a mafia boss who, after being released from prison, attempts to rebuild his empire. Stallone has been married 3 times. He has 2 sons from his first marriage and 3 daughters from his third marriage. At age 28, on December 28, 1974, he married Sasha Zack. They had 2 sons, Sage Moonblood Stallone, who died of heart disease at age 36, and Sergio, who was diagnosed with autism at an early age. The couple divorced on February 14, 1985. Stallone married model and actress Bridget Nielsen on December 15, 1985, in Beverly Hills, California. Their marriage and their subsequent divorce were highly publicized by the tabloid press. In 1988, Stallone met model Jennifer Flavin, and they were in a relationship until 1994, when Stallone told her he was having a child with model Janice Dickinson. After the February 1994 birth, DNA tests confirmed he was not the father, and Stallone ended his engagement to Dickinson. After a brief 1995 engagement with model Angie Everhart, he and Flavin rekindled their relationship. In May 1997, Stallone and Jennifer Flavin married. The couple has 3 daughters, Sophia, Sistine, and Scarlett. His daughters were chosen to share the role of Golden Globe ambassador at the 74th Golden Globe Awards. In August 19, 2022, Palm Beach County records showed that after 25 years of marriage, Jennifer Flavin had filed for dissolution of marriage and other relief. On September 23, 2022, the couple reconciled. After writing the screenplay for Rocky in just 3 days, he accepted a cut-rate salary of $23,000 for the film. That's the same as around $110,000 today. The movie went on to earn $225 million on a budget of $1 million. In 1982, he earned $3.5 million for First Blood. The following year he earned $10 million, the inflation equivalent of $25 million, and earned his first producer credit for Staying Alive. He earned $4 million and his second producer credit for 1984's Rhinestone. The following year he earned $12 million and another producer credit for Rocky IV. He earned another $12 million for Over the Top. For Rambo 3 he earned $16 million. Between the 1970s and 2012 alone, Sylvester Stallone earned $300 million in base film salaries alone. After adjusting for inflation, his earnings from this period alone were worth roughly $500 million in today's dollars. Known for physically demanding roles and his willingness to do the majority of his own stunts, Stallone has suffered various injuries during his acting career. During the filming of Escape to Victory, he broke a finger trying to save a penalty kick from Pelé. For a scene in Rocky IV, he told Dolph Lundgren, "Punch me as hard as you can in the chest." He later said, "Next thing I know, I was in intensive care at St. John's Hospital for 4 days. It's stupid." While filming a fight scene with Steve Austin for The Expendables, he broke his neck, which required the insertion of a metal plate. Stallone was raised a devout Catholic, but stopped going to church as his acting career progressed. Later, he rediscovered his childhood faith, when his daughter was born ill in 1996, and he again became a strict Catholic. Stallone has supported several Republican politicians, but does not identify as a member of the Republican Party. In 2008, Stallone endorsed John McCain for that year's presidential election. In the 2016 election, he described Donald Trump as a Dickensian character and larger than life, but did not endorse him or any candidate in that year's Republican primary. Despite his otherwise conservative views, Stallone is an advocate for gun control and has been described as the most anti-gun person working in Hollywood today. There's much more to cover about him, and maybe someday we will dig more deeper into his career or personal life. Remember to subscribe.